It's a tough competition. Got a lot of very, very, very good competitors out there. They've worked hard. It shows on stage, and I wish them all the luck.
Well, now, I guess you're a little privy to the judging and how things came out. Is it pretty close in the way the judges are scoring? I know you being a new judge, that was one of the criteria that kind of
Yep.
allowed you to get into the
Well, I haven't-
ranks that you're at now.
Yeah, I haven't seen the score sheets yet, but I'm pretty sure everybody has scored pretty close. You know, it is a tough competition. There were some groups that were very large groups, so but I'm sure within the top 5, everybody is right on. Right on.
Right on. Now, Sandy, you and the lovely lady that you've got sitting next to you here, Deb Callahan, you'll have a little venture coming up, don't you?
Absolutely. We're opening up a gym on Shepherd Road in Lakeland. It's going to be Deb's second gym, and I'm going in with her, and we're going to open up December 1st, hopefully, off of Florida Avenue. And, you know, it's something that I've wanted to do. I've researched it many, many years ago, and moving to Florida about 4 years ago, meeting Deb and now doing bodybuilding and stuff like that has inspired me to go ahead and fulfill my dreams. And this is my dream. I wanted to ultimately own a gym, and we're doing it together.
In speaking with you earlier, you had shared with me a bit about how kind of life-changing it was getting on stage. Could you touch a bit on that for some of the ladies, as you mentioned,
Sure.
that maybe are a little afraid to actually delve into getting on stage?
Yeah. Well, actually, many years ago, I was actually a very shy person. And there was no way I was going to do any public speaking, get in front of crowds of people. With my job, kind of forced me into that. But getting on stage was the biggest thing that empowered me to where I am today as a person and in my business world. I've been able to go on live TV with Home Shopping Network. I figured, I was a little afraid, but I told myself, you know what, if I can get on stage and do what I do on stage in front of hundreds of people, I can go on live TV. And it's just made me a better person. I feel more self-gratified. I feel good about myself. My confidence level is just up there. And come to these shows and I see a lot of women in the crowd that just have the potential, that whether it's to be a bodybuilder or to be a figure girl or do fitness, but I like bodybuilding and figure, but the thing about women bodybuilding, it's just diminishing some, and I encourage all the women that do have the potential to be a female bodybuilder to just go for it. Just go on stage. I basically counted from 1 to 3. I mean, I wanted to puke my first time around, but I did it and I enjoy it, and it's just empowered me to be a better woman.
And the shows tend to be pretty nice. The crowds, you get a lot of support in the crowds.
You sure do. You sure do. And it makes you a better person. Go find a trainer, find yourself a gym, and it may take a couple. It took me a couple trainers before I found my trainer, which is Debbie Callahan. And it took some time. You had to find the trainer that is going to listen to you, let them know. Make sure they're listening to you, and you'll know. You'll have that feeling. You'll sense it, and you also have to be true to yourself, and listen to yourself, and listen to your body, and make sure you're true to your trainer, that you are following their regimen that they give for you to do, and you guys just have to have an open communication. It's a relationship. It's just like a marriage, basically, and you have to communicate with each other, and go out there and do it. Have fun. First time, maybe you won't look where you want to be because you are your own self-critic. You have to tell yourself that you are the best. Put your head on, get your game face on, and go out there and just drive for it. And just tell yourself you're the best. You know what? Maybe you won't place first, second, or third, but don't get discouraged. Go back out and do it again, because it's not going to be the first time that you're going to place first, second, or third. It'll be the second time or the third time, and then you're in the top 5, and before you know it, you just feel so much better about yourself. And another tip I have is family. Is for anybody who wants to compete, is make sure you have your family involved. I ran into situations, and if your spouse and your family does not go to the gym with you, Deb has this thing where families train together, they stay together. And it never really hit me, that saying, until actually a couple months ago, I noticed it on a flyer that she had, and I said, "Oh my gosh!" And there is a lot of truth behind that statement, because you need support. You need support from your significant other, and if they don't understand the training that you're going to go through, it's pretty tough, and they just don't understand it. So they need to go to the gym with you.
So that doesn't have to break up families.
No, it doesn't.
We hear the stress that it can put on if you don't necessarily do it the right way. Or
It
you have
does,
difficulty.
you know, and in my family, it did almost break up my family. But, you know, I listened to my heart, I listened to God. My husband and I talked, and I just felt like it was the right thing. He finally came to the gym because he felt a little intimidated about coming to the gym. And he's not necessarily a big muscular person, but you know what? He said, you know what, I love my wife enough that I'm gonna go to the gym, I'm gonna support her, I'm gonna see what it's all about. And he gets involved with Deb. He listens to the supplements that I have to take, he listens to my diet. He actually now does my diet with me till the last 4 weeks. And it's great support. I mean, he helps me do some cooking, I do some cooking, he helps with the kids. Anybody, you can do it. I travel a lot on business. I mean, bottom line is anybody can do it. And, you know, like Nike says, just do it. That's one of my mottos. I mean, when I'm out there running and doing my cardio, if it's 3 times a day, I just do it. You just got to do it. I work more than 40 hours a week. Have a family of 3 kids, have a husband, and I have to train. And you just got to do it if you believe in it enough.
Wow. And the contact information, again, for you and Deb, for folks that might want to find out more about the gym or to get some tips from you and such?
They can call Deb's Gym in Lakeland, Florida, or www.debsgym.net. My email address is sandy, SANDYHIDD, @yahoo.com. If they want to email me, I'd be glad to email people back and give them tips.